I am sick of people trying to tell me how to live my life, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate. First off, excuse me for realizing that college is completely unaffordable and too risky of an investment to make. My local community college costs $10,000 for 1 year, and that's if you were only looking at the cost of just going back to school. And do I look like I have $10,000 lying around? And even when you pay such a high price to go, oftentimes you're basically getting scammed. Because if you haven't noticed, college is more of a business than it is a school. You see, why would they actually teach you the skills you need for a job when instead they could artificially make the classes more difficult than they need to be in order to get you to pay again to choose another career path or fail you and keep the money? And speaking of money, a lot of these grants and scholarships come with strings attached, like you need to keep your grade and GPA above a certain level, otherwise you'll be on the hook for paying that money back. And if you ask me, it almost sounds like margin trading or trading with money you don't have in order to increase the amount of gains you make, but it also increases the loss you take as well. So basically just like margin trading, if you fuck up, you may be on the hook for paying it down. So let's say you got your degree, first attempt with no career changes. You better hope that there are opportunities in your area for that specific degree, or that you have the money to move to an area with said opportunities. Because if there isn't any in your area, or you don't have the money to move, then guess who just wasted $20,000 at the low end, because that's $10,000 for 2 years for an associate's degree that you can't even use. And speaking of unaffordable, let's get into housing. Back when I was living on my own at the Roach Motel, which is just some low-end apartments that is known by everyone around here to have roaches, that was $395 a month, but now the rent there is over $600. While these prices are nowhere near places like New York City, it still highlights an example of what's happening all over the nation. Rents and other costs are rising, while our wages aren't. But that is just the renting and apartment side of the equation. Do you really think that's what I want to be living in or paying for the rest of my life? Of course not. I would like to own a house at some point. But we've all seen these housing prices and they're only getting higher because not enough single family homes are being built. And part of the issue is these developers are building what is most profitable rather than what is needed. But another component is the not in my backyard movement, which prevents building things around existing homes in order to keep the value of the property rising so these people can continue lining their greasy ass pockets. Like honestly, no, fuck you. I want to be able to own a goddamn home at some point. So basically, there isn't a way to get a house that you own in a reasonable amount of time, and I think I speak for a lot of us when I say, no, we don't want to be a corporate cuck until we're damn near 80 just to own a basic fucking home. Do you know what else I don't feel comfortable doing without having a stable home? Finding a partner and starting a family. And on that front, I was told by my mom the other day that I'm going to need to accept that women my age already have kids. Last I checked, I'm only 25 and I don't need to accept shit. I'm not just going to be the backup plan for somebody else's shitty life decisions. Do I look like I'm out here trying to catch somebody else's rebound and take care of it for them? Fuck that. I'm not going to be the person you go to because you had enough fun and you're ready to settle down now. And finding someone is already hard enough as it is, and you can use any example here you'd like, really. Whether it's the unrealistic standard that women have with 6 feet 6 inches, or dating apps where less than 2% of guys get matches while 20% of women do. And that right there is a reason that I've never used a dating app. Also, I just don't like the idea of using dating apps. And again, they are a business, meaning they won't make as much money if they actually found you a match. Oh, and another thing, the government can keep whining and crying about their low fertility rate because it's not going to change unless people actually feel like they're in a good enough position to start a family. And they somehow change this shitty culture of chasing pump and dumps rather than a family. So since everything looks like it's rigged, I'm just going to focus on myself and continue improving and growing. I got things I want to get better at and frankly better things to do than contribute to this toxic waste of a society we have. Like getting better and making slightly longer videos like this one and trying to build a small community of my own so I have a space to hang out and have fun while everything else is burning down around us. So subscribe if you're interested, leave a comment if you have something you'd like to add, and I'll probably use it in a follow-up video if there's enough demand.